Tonight, the U.S. puts more than 8,000 troops on heightened alert for possible deployment to Eastern Europe as tensions with Russia intensify. President Biden meets with our European allies as the U.S. and NATO send military might into the region in hopes of stopping Vladimir Putin from entering Ukraine. A wild day on Wall Street. The stunning comeback after the Dow dropped 1,000 points. The school mask debate. School boards sue Virginia's new governor over his mask optional order. But in Los Angeles, students are told to upgrade their masks. Tonight, parents react. Breaking news, 3 firefighters killed in Baltimore after a row home collapses and traps them inside. I can't breathe. The federal trial begins for 3 former police officers accused of ignoring George Floyd's pleas for help. End of affirmative action? The conservative-dominated Supreme Court will decide whether race-based admission to universities like Harvard is lawful. Deadly gun violence surges. Multiple police officers shot and killed as homicides spike nationwide. Gas price warning, why your next trip to the pump may cost even more. And making history on the high seas as the first woman takes command of the USS Constitution.
This is the CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell, reporting from the nation's capital.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. There is a lot of news to get to on this Monday night, but we're going to begin with rising tensions in Ukraine and the threat of a possible Russian invasion growing by the minute. Here in Washington, President Biden held a video call with European allies this afternoon to discuss a common response to Russia's continued military buildup around Ukraine's border. NATO announced that it was putting forces on standby and is reinforcing Eastern Europe with more ships and fighter jets, a move that Russia denounced. And the Biden administration is considering whether to send several thousand U.S. troops and equipment to reinforce NATO. Meanwhile, the State Department has ordered the families of American diplomats to leave the country, and they've advised that non-essential American embassy personnel and private U.S. citizens should do the same. Also tonight, Speaker Nancy Pelosi wants a White House briefing on the Ukraine-Russia situation for Congress. So we have 2 reports tonight from here in Washington and from inside Ukraine. CBS's Ed O'Keefe is going to start us off from the White House. Good evening, Ed.
Good evening, Nora. A major shift in the White House's approach to the Russian standoff with Ukraine is now underway while the president met with European